Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's nice to see everybody. Welcome to the Dreams, Visions, and Appearances show. Once again, we missed you last week, and so we couldn't be without you for another week. So here we are. I want to send out my love to Terry Renner, holding your space, who's really having a rough time with a bad cold and bad cough. So much love to you, Terry. I hope you feel better very soon. We do have Kelly Healer with us this evening. Hello. Thank you. And Diana is wearing of the green, even though she's Polish. Yes. And so Diana's here today. And welcome to Carolyn and Peter Booker. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. So we've had, has this week felt like it's only Tuesday, but it feels like it's been a week already since Monday. Yes?
Yes. Sunday was, all of last week, it was a Pisces hangover. We've got all of that huge stellium in Pisces, and on Sunday we had the new moon to boot. So it was just like Dream City for everybody. Yeah. Even if you were wide awake.
Sure. Yeah.
I hate the spring. Well,
you hate the spring, Peter? Is that what you said?
No, the spring forward. You know, the clock.
Oh, the spring forward.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The beauty of being of being retired is if you have an appointment, they'll text you. So it doesn't matter. I don't change my clocks anymore.
Oh, there
and you know how it is when you're a teacher, especially when you're teaching little ones. You got to have every minute accounted for because you only got so many minutes in the day.
That's very true. That's very true. Well, here in Washington, we all voted to get rid of this thing and just be like Arizona, or other places. And it passed 5 years ago. And they're still not implementing it yet.
I think same here in California.
Really?
I think so too. I think it passed, and we're still doing it too.
I think it just maybe screws everybody up too much or something. I don't know.
Well, and for people who do have to keep a schedule, it messes with your heart. More people have heart attacks during this time. At least when they did it on tax day, on April 15th, when it was then, at least there was already that balance to the day and you didn't notice it. But now they do it so darn early.
Yeah, silly, really silly. And, everybody needs an extra hour on tax day because everybody used to come in with boxes full of junk and say, I need my taxes done before, midnight.
Thank you.
No, we'll file an extension. Nope, we're not doing it. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yep. So I want to say hello. Hello, Annie Bear. We have your dream. We're going to go over this evening. Hi, Liz and Awe. And hello, Jill Sinanan and Ginny and Rossi and McGrill and Jill and Barbara Nesper and Tim K and Sonia. Yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to the show. We're glad you're here.
Yes.
Yeah. Heart attacks do go up, Rossi. And although I thought that heart attacks actually were something that happened more like around 4 o'clock in the morning or something. Isn't that right?
Well, the time changes at 2.
Okay. So you wake up at 4 and go,
but yeah, right. Well, but because look at how many days it takes to get acclimated to it.
True.
Till April 15th.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think, although I hate the worst is moving fall. So I get up and it's Saturday and he's changed all the clocks. And I look and I'm saying, you moved the clocks, but what did you do? And he said, yeah, I did fall backward. And it was fall.
But you know what? I caught myself the other day. I was brushing Claire and I'm like, this is really weird. She's not shedding, with winter coming on. And Tate looked at me like, what the heck? So there is some weird time.
Yeah.
Going on.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, there you go. The bookers look so beautiful, color coordinated. Yes, they are. They look
And
wonderful.
they matched my poinsettias, which
That's
are still
right.
pretty strong.
Yeah, that's
They're
amazing.
beautiful. The bracts are all turning green now.
Well, remember, I got that flower from Keith for Valentine's Day, and it just is gone. It's dead as a doornail. I always either over or underwater something, and so yeah,
I do too.
unfortunately, you. Oh, good. Glad I'm not the only one.
I walk into a nursery, and you can hear the plants screaming, "Black thumb's coming! Black thumb's coming! Oh my God! Run! Kill yourself now!"
So I tell you what to do, Carolyn. Before you go into the nursery, get yourself a cup of coffee and ask the barista for the grounds. And then you can do what Diana's mother does and put the grounds in all them, and then they won't scream at you. That's what she does to grow her plants.
I'll use it on the roses.
Oh, roses. Okay.
Get a fire for 'em.
Oh, Lord.
I can
Yes,
grow stuff.
there you go. There you go. It does feel like we are going into fall, not spring. And it's because we've had unseasonable weather. Yeah, we really have. Now, I did hear that New England was supposed to be getting a hurricane or a blizzard or something. Are you getting it where you guys are?
You know,
No?
I woke up to snow on Sunday morning. I had 2 inches on Sunday morning, but it was 61 today.
Okay.
Wow.
It was 72 here today. Beautiful.
Was it? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Moved to Michigan.
You screw up the apple blossoms and things, you know.
The cherry blossoms, yeah, they get messed up sometimes.
They do.
But probably not this year, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Virginia looks like they're doing pretty good this year.
That's good.
I talked to my mom this morning, and she said that in Minnesota, the lilacs are blooming, and they don't usually bloom until
June.
that Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, wow.
And she said the lilacs are in bloom. The robins are back.
And fat. It's like they're already mating.
Yeah, they're here too.
To lay their first round of eggs.
Wow.
Yeah. This is
everybody's all screwed up. Everybody's screwed up. So
have you guys ever heard this old folklore? What do they call it? Or wives' tale or what have you? That when the robins come back, and in like in the Midwest, they have to walk in snow 3 times before spring is actually there. Have you guys heard that?
Well, they have at my house.
At your house.
They've already walked in the snow 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been back for a while already.
Sometimes you can get snowstorms through Easter. You know, you really can. Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if they'd come back to Capistrano.
Oh, that's right. We
swallows.
need to find that. Yes.
Yeah.
The swallows. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not yet. Too early, probably. But
yeah.
who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Right.
So
we've had I saw my first yellow swallowtail today. Beautiful.
Ooh,
Yep.
beautiful.
Lots of little blue ones as well.
Oh, very nice.
I miss some of the birds that I could see in Virginia. They just
they don't come far north.
If they do, they're quick. You know, they're come and gone very quickly. I get a lot of juncos that stay around for a while. They're still here, so that's fun. But I don't get my ravens like I used to, or even crows, because the fields are elsewhere. I'm not growing the corn here,
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got Diana's dream to talk about, and also we have Annie's dream, and Sonia just put something up. But I want to say hi to Jules and Pierrette and Kiba and Sonia. So if you want to put up whatever it is, your dream, your vision, your experience, your ghost, whatever you're seeing, go ahead and put it up, and we'll try to get to it. I'm going to go ahead and do Annie's first, because she emailed it to me, and so she wouldn't forget. All right. So here's what she tells us. I just dreamed you and Diana, meaning me, I guess, or 2 or 3 other ladies. I was holding down the fort and watching over someone while you all went to a fun luncheon type event. You asked me with your eyes if all was well. I nodded yes, just a small incident and all was in hand. You were showing me a small black line with a grin, made with a Sharpie marker, sort of near, sort of under, more to the side of your left eye, shaped like a doodle. That's the dream. All right. That's pretty fascinating, actually. And I just was talking the other day about, have you ever been in a situation where you may not even know another person in that room, but you both see something going on and you're both thinking the same thing, and you just kind of look at each other and go, roll your eyes or smile and I was thinking of that when I read that dream as well, that you can read people through their eyes and how they have expression. Yeah, they have an expression. So what do you think? What you think about this dream? Do you need me to put it up again, or do you need me to mention it again? Or... It was a luncheon. Annie was sort of in charge.
Yep. Well, and I had answered, I had something similar in the dream, the recurrence of a dream I had last year, and you were there along with some of your family. It was on the Isle of Avalon. So, this time she was prevalent in the dream. She was visible in the dream. Like when we did the the Pips.
Right.
Michael's store.
Yeah. So
what is she wanting to know why we were together, or is she wanting to know what?
No, I think it was just she was in the dream, but she was holding down the fort, watching over someone. So she was taking care of someone that had been left behind. And then I asked if everything was okay. And then she said, you were showing me a small black line with a grin underneath the left eye, shaped like a doodle.
On your face.
I guess it was me. I guess so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So if this was a crossover, what I had, which was similar, right? As a crossover, who didn't make it into the ceremony? Who wasn't there for the ceremony of the 5 Pips? And so that's who Annie stayed behind. Instead of joining us in the ceremony, that's who she stayed behind to watch. So who was missing from the ceremony? And that I don't know, because
she only knows that at least you and I were there.
Yeah.
She said there were 2 or 3 other people, but she may not have known who they were.
Well, and we might have also seen what had happened and stood by for a minute and then went on
to make sure she was okay. Sure she was okay. Okay. Yeah.
But to verify that, but there's a crossover somehow, because it was similar. What I was seeing was
you were seeing. Okay. So tell us now then what you were seeing. Go ahead.
Well, basically that was it, that I had seen that she was there. I had seen you, and we were on the Isle of Avalon.
Isle of Avalon.
Okay. And the tower, we went to the Maiden's Mound for the ceremony afterwards. So we were beyond the tower at that point when that happened. So we were basically already in the wide open spaces, not where it was congested, not near the well, not near the tower, things like that. Okay. That's basically all. I didn't see any magic marker, though I kind of find that very interesting. Like, were you showing her to put that mark on the person who had been left behind, that she was taking care of, that she was guarding?
She was guarding for us. Yeah. Now, Heather says she's been in Avalon too in a dream. So it could be you were there too,
Wow.
Heather. And I don't know when you had your dream, but I believe Annie had it just 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And yeah. And we have, when our dream show first started, we had gone to Avalon. We did a meetup in Avalon. And I didn't remember much about it, but I believe that both Terry did and Kelly did and Diana did. And there was a lot of overlap in that. So I'm wondering if it has to do with this fun night that everybody was there. Wait a minute. Was there something going on? What is the Celtic right now? What is
It was
Ostara?
no, it was Beltane.
It was Beltane. It's already
was
over now.
Beltane.
Oh,
So we were doing the pips to save the seeds.
yep. Okay.
You don't think the mark is that it was Terry that was missing because she's going to become ill?
Maybe. Yes.
And
She
was already sick
marked.
2 days
She
ago.
was already sick. Yeah. And she was
Yeah,
marked.
she was starting to really come down with it.
Yeah.
Well,
Not as
and
bad.
sorry, this dream is. Go
Not
ahead.
as bad now. She's not.
Mhm.
2 nights ago, she wasn't as bad as she is now.
Okay. So
Well, and the other thing is I did a private reading for Alice Lelong. Remember her? I
Mhm.
think
yes.
you've had her on the show.
Yes.
She was in this dream also. So I just happened to have looked it up. And that was, well, I think I wrote down the date is April 26th when we were there
Okay.
of last year.
Of last year. So Heather says
26th?
that March is Ostara and Beltane is May. Is that right?
Yeah. So I
Okay.
think, so we were there. I might have, but I wrote the dream down. The planned meetup was
in Ostara.
that time because we
Well,
had
Beltane.
planned this
Okay.
meetup. So
That's right.
I wrote down the dream as April 26th. Maybe I wrote down May 26th, but I just looked up the date on Sunday while I was doing the reading. So
Okay. Well, Annie, and it would make sense to me, at least, that you would stay behind to take care of Terry.
Right.
Yes, because you guys are really tight. Yes. So I bet that's who it was. And we were concerned about her. Go ahead.
He's a
Karen.
healer.
Yes.
and
Yes.
we're headed into the Beltane season again.
Right. But we knew that we could ensure that Terry would be well taken care of by Annie. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
I got something it's a little bit interesting as far as I got activated earth and it said powerful places, and I find this is interesting, ley lines, that there was maybe ley lines there, and that
Okay.
and then they're saying trust where you're being led, and that I got that it was like a reunion and spontaneous awakening and activation happening, and it was it was a little, and then it said validation. This is your validation.
Absolutely. Yep. And what is it next week? Less than a week? It will be spring, right?
Yeah,
spring.
March 20th.
Yeah.
19th or 20th. Well, there's 3 days of the celebration, 19, 20, and 21. And it's all at the same time. We have the sun goes into Aries, we have the equinox, and we have the first day of spring.
Okay. Wow. All right.
So it's like a do-over for New Year's, because now we're
Sure.
at the first of the astrological year, the beginning of the astrological year.
Wow. Okay. Well, Rossi, I see part 2 of what you were talking about, but I do not see part 1. I don't know where that would go. I looked back, and sometimes YouTube does that. So if you wouldn't mind putting the first part up, I'd appreciate it. So Heather says the ley lines go through Glastonbury, Stonehenge, and Sedona. So yeah,
They are everywhere, and they
Uh-huh.
are wider than they used to be, and on certain times of the year they get wide, but then they go back to normal, and they haven't gone back to normal since they widened for the equinox back in September.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
While we're on this topic, I would love it, Peter and or Carolyn. You've been there? Have you been walking on
Yes.
these ley lines? Yes.
We've been to Glastonbury, to the tour, and also to
Yes.
the Abbey.
Uh-huh.
oh, fun.
4 years ago now, thereabouts, we passed there.
Uh-huh. And
And
a
that
lot of energy.
Time
Yeah.
it was Easter. It
Okay.
was Easter, so yeah.
Wow.
And
I'll take
paper?
Avebury.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Avebury is a different thing. That's a circle of stones. We've been there
Oh.
too.
Oh, cool.
The grouping by Stonehenge of
There's Woodhenge as well. Stonehenge and Woodhenge.
Woodhenge.
Yeah.
Woodhenge is massive. It's very big.
Beautiful. Beautiful. When I was in Sedona, not this last time I went, but earlier, I went, the airport vortex really is unbelievable. And my brother had an 8-pound tumor in his stomach because he had cancer, and he wasn't even able to get up out of a chair normally. He walked through that with no problem at all because it was
Wow.
walking right through. Yes, it was amazing at the time. Yeah.
Wow, because those steps are narrow going up to the airport
Yeah.
vortex.
Vortex. Yes. Yes.
That's
And
amazing.
you have to be in fairly good shape anyway to be hoisting yourself all over these places. But
Oh, yeah.
it was amazing. It was amazing.
I
Yeah.
found that out.
Okay. You went to the airport vortex too, Heather. That's cool. Okay. That's really awesome. Yeah. Hi, Harley.
I think Heather lived near there. She lived in
Yes, she
right.
did. She did. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Clarence, you're in 2 chats at one time. Oh, that's good. So you can answer yourself, Clarence, right? I love it.
Thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you all for being here. It really is nice of you.
Sure.
Diana, go ahead and tell us about your dream, and then I've got 4 or 5 different people that have put some stuff up. Okay.
I mean, it was one of those nights where even when I woke up, when I went back to sleep, I went back to where I was.
Oh, wow.
And
I
I
love
could have drawn 5 pages of all of this stuff. It started out like I was on the streets of Key West.
Mhm.
And there are no places to go underground in Key West because that's it. You know,
Yeah.
You're in the water if you're doing that.
Right.
So I went under, that tunnel that's in LA on the highway there where you go through that tunnel. I think that's what highway is that? I can't remember, but it's
405.
in Venice Beach. It's around
Oh,
Venice
okay.
Beach.
110.
Anyway, so I go into a tunnel that's like that. And before I know it, I'm in this underground city that's filled with brick walls. And I'm looking for my brother who's walking around playing acoustic guitar, and his dog is with him.
Mhm.
And my husband, Matt, was there,
Uh-huh.
but I could never catch up to him. And there was another person Priscilla was in there for a while from the Chrome
Well, if
Zone.
you were in Key West, that's why.
Well, because that's how I started out.
Okay,
But then I
sure.
never found her once I went underground. And I'll show you this picture because every single scene was stairs and ledges and arched doorways, and it was all deep red brick. And hidden doorways and hidden things, right? And you could see the sunlight, but you couldn't be in it. There was no way to be in the sunlight.
In the
So
light.
I could have drawn 5 more pages that were like this.
Yeah.
But what struck me the most was near the end of all of this. Like there were burlap bags and boxes and carts and roosters, and which is another thing about Key West. So this was Abraham Lincoln roses that were just growing profusely on this wall. Roses have to have at least 6 hours of direct sun a day in order to grow like that.
Okay.
In there was a secret door. The door opened. It was all brick. The door opened. A woman went in. The door shut, and there was no way to peel it open again.
Okay.
It was her tunnel. Then there was this guy who was dancing, and there were more musicians than this, but I drew a violin player, an accordion player, and a guitarist, right?
Okay.
And this guy with this step. And then I go up here and wake up.
Okay.
Now, that was on March 6th. This was the last scene. This was March 6th after 5 a.m. So, in fact, no, that was March 5th. So, yesterday, I'm looking on YouTube. I like the shorts. I like the animals and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And what do I see? But there's a short of these people at McGill University. The guy is dancing. He does that same step that I saw that guy do.
Yep.
And look, we have a violinist,
Accordion,
an player,
guitar
guitarist,
player.
another guitarist.
Oh,
There's
my
a
God.
saxophone player in there. I didn't draw those people because I already had so many bricks drawn. I was like, oh, okay, I'm done with this. I'm going to lose all the ink in this pen again.
Wow. Wow.
I know. You're so tapped in. It's amazing. It really, really is. It's amazing. I was wondering, you know how it's Piscean right now, and that's uncovering, isn't it? Isn't it uncovering all the secrets?
Yes.
And so I'm feeling as though it was sort of prophetic that people will be dancing and celebrating and enjoying, because right now there's only one person that knew how to get in that door, but soon there will be people that will know.
I love that. Well, and the fact that these Lincoln roses were growing without sunlight. I mean,
Right.
they're real, you know,
Right.
thorns
Yep.
and all.
Yep. Yeah.
That
is amazing.
And I could have gone on
Forever.
forever because
Yeah.
who doesn't love secret passageways, right, Carolyn?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And how amazing that you were able to wake up and fall back to sleep and start it over again.
Right.
Yeah.
I love
And
when
you
that
did not
happens.
see that. You did not see that short before the dream. This was
Nope.
definitely
No,
after the
it
dream.
just showed up. So this
Okay.
is not one of those moments where my phone
Yeah.
heard me talking, because
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not talking when I'm drawing
No,
things
no.
like this, you know.
No, I know. I
I'm
know.
sitting in the moon lodge, sometimes listening to Terry.
Yes, of course. Of course. Wow. So what is it that I'm sorry, is it Pluto? Is that what it is? Pluto and Pisces that's making this?
No, Pluto is
No.
in Aquarius. What is
Okay.
in Pisces was, let's see, I ran it down. It was, who did I write? Did I send it to you because we were talking about what was going on?
No, I was just trying to think about when you have talked in the past about things becoming uncovered in this energy that we're living in this time period, like it was in the Civil War, and it was, you know, in other places. So yeah, very cool. I have to tell you that I teach a class in diversity, and in my diversity class, I have to give more information than I have been giving. And I found this article that said how many states are trying to get rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And so I did a post on it this week. And then I put up one of my favorite Immanuel Kant's works called What is Enlightenment, which is enlightenment during the Enlightenment. And after I did that, I realized, oh my God, that was the time period. And that, yeah, and that we're going through again.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing the exact same things of people trying to suppress man's reason and frighten people into submission, because it was 1784 that he wrote that about people needing to use reason and people needing to make up their own minds about things instead of being told what to do. So, yeah, it just gave me goosebumps all over. I never really thought of it that way before. So, yeah.
The woman is Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
And that the door is the door to the Oval Office, and he will be president again, but as a woman.
Okay. That's
Wow.
I love that. I
I
love
do
that.
too. Yes.
I
Yes.
love it.
But the Abraham Lincoln roses brought her to that. Wow. Yeah.
Mm.
That's fabulous. So we'll have a woman finally, hopefully,
And she'll be the reincarnation of
of him.
Abraham.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Very
That is
cool.
really
It'll
cool.
be, watch out.
Oh, I
Yeah.
bet. I bet.
A woman is in power.
Yep.
Absolutely. Because they're trying to take every bit of power away from us. And
Mhm.
And so yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's really ridiculous, but yes.
It
Wow.
is sad.
Very sad. Okay. Thank you, Carolyn.
Yeah.
That was a nice icing on the cake. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sonia said this wasn't a dream, but recently I saw a guy and but is it anything? I usually don't have that reaction. Looking him directly is, oh my goodness, what the fay? Holy moly. So you're recognizing him. Yeah, that sounds to me like a love connection.
Have
Or
you
a past
seen him
connection.
since? Was this a fleeting
Yeah.
moment?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it someone that you come in contact with on a regular basis where you have opportunity?
Yes.
To run into him.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. As Peter said, there's recognition there.
Soul recognition.
Recognition.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
Yep. I was getting that too, that they recognized each other from a past life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Wow. Well, I think you got the message. Now, if he can get the message, the two of you will be on the same wavelength. It could be a fun time. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Very
got to figure out how you can meet up with him again.
Yeah.
To get
Yeah.
in his radar.
Yep. That's really cool. That's really good. And you know what? I love that because it isn't a dream, but it sort of is the same feeling of a dream. And
Yeah.
it is the recognition of another soul that you already knew from before. And they say that you meet with the person right at the right time you're supposed to meet with that person. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's really, thanks for sharing, dear. I
Super
love that.
cool, Sonia.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really great.
And may I say, Sonia, there's no unfinished business.
There you go.
That's wonderful news. Right?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
wonderful.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yep.
pure love.
Pure love.
No unfinished business.
No karma crap.
Yeah. That supposedly has subsided, is what I heard. There is no more karma. That's what somebody said once. I don't know. Do you think that's true? That there isn't any karma anymore?
Well,
I think there is, but
Okay.
I think there is, but I think what we need to do is understand karma better, because
Okay.
everybody gets the impression that your next life is based on the karma you've earned in this life. And that's not really how it works.
Okay.
That's not really how it works. Can I explain it? No.
Sure.
Do I understand it when Buddha says it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I know what he's talking about, but can I put it into regular language for us? Not really.
Yeah.
But you come back as a snail. If that's the karma you earned, and then it's a different, everything is different. You don't have that same karma. Now you got to learn the life of a snail or whatever the case may be. So I think that is the way that we're supposed to look at karma. It catches up to you in this lifetime. And then when you start over, the life that is chosen, that's your soul contract. And that's
to take care of that karma.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying that karma was like eradicated at some point, but I didn't really understand what they meant by that, because I believe that, somebody does something to you and hurts you, something's eventually going to happen to them, but it might not be with you. Is that
Right.
right?
Yeah, that's what
they'll get their
that's how I
comeuppance.
believe it
They'll get
too.
their comeuppance. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
pay it
The
forward,
pay it
good or bad.
No, Liz, you can put a question up, honey. You can go ahead and do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She says here, I saw him from a distance, but to look at his face and eyes, wow, not even sure he's single. But I think so. Wonder if he felt it. Woohoo. Well,
That's soul recognition.
so.
If he looked you in the eye, I would say yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too.
Yeah.
We felt it too.
I
because there's that soul connection too.
My husband has told me about his ex-wife's sister being in a position to be at a party, and my husband had invited a friend of his from chiropractic college, and they both saw each other and were tripping over each other. They were acting like crazy kids. And he said it was the most amazing thing he ever saw, that they were just like googly eyed and hanging on each other's, and they were adults at the time. And he said, you don't see that very often right away like that, but that would be like a soul's recognition. Yeah.
So did their relationship blossom after
They got
that?
married eventually. Yeah. Yeah,
How
they
about
did.
that?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep, they did.
It happened to us. So
Okay.
There you go.
Did you get googly eyes too, Peter?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
I
good.
love it.
Yay, Peter. Thanks for admitting it.
Romance is not dead, everybody. Thank God.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I get it. Yeah. But a lot of us, we think that there's a lot of people out there who will get married and they won't have that. It isn't real magical, let's say. But it's a very good, solid relationship and nothing wrong with it. But it isn't like people always say that they don't believe in love at first sight. But I really do believe there is such a thing. I do believe that. And it's soul recognition.
Me too.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Oh, you said if you were going to be with someone, God better hit me with a lightning bolt after, before, and it was a jolt. There you go. You got what you wanted, Sonia. Wow.
I love it.
Door.
Uh-huh.
hope you see him.
That's
Easy
right.
selling.
Yep. Yep. Wow. Thanks for sharing with us, dear. Thank you. All right. So McGrill says a recent vivid flying dream. And we did, she was on another show with us, and I did tell her that this, I believe it was you, McGrill, that is a fabulous dream. If you can go flying, that's astral travel. But she says, I think I'm flying over Skinwalker Ranch in Utah, the Triangle to be exact. Oh, boy.
Also good.
I don't think I want to be over there, but that's all right. You're wanting to find out what the deeper mysteries are of life, don't you think?
The curiosity.
I told Peter, and I don't know where I got it, what they found, all the minerals. I hadn't even heard of them, and what it was, how big it was inside the mountain before they even found it.
Really? What? Before this show came out and everything, or are you just saying that you've learned about it earlier, or you learned about it
We were
when the show
watching the
came out?
first show, just about.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
This is what it is. That's where it's at. Lo and behold,
Wow.
yes, it was.
Really?
This is what it's made of.
Yes.
In
you
that
remember-
tall mountain, just right alongside the ranch. Is that the one that
Right.
you're talking about?
Yeah, the big in the mesa there, but it's underneath.
Yeah.
It's underneath. It's vast.
Oh, wow.
That's
Again, that
super
underground
cool.
city thing, it comes
Uh-huh.
comes to mind. Yeah. I think there's a lot more that somebody was saying the other day that all the aliens live under the ground in a city, under the ground. And, you know,
I've gotten that too.
yeah.
And
Right.
looking at our oceans too.
Right?
Okay.
Entrance through the oceans.
Mhm.
Well,
Maybe,
was
Hong
the
Kong
tabletop
was
mountain in
strange.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
tabletop mountain in Africa where they land on? I mean, there's footage of spaceships, absolutely what looks like it, going and dropping and disappearing into the mountain.
Yeah. Yeah. There's actually another show that I saw the other day. I didn't get to finish it, but it was about Mount Shasta and all the people that have been lost on Mount Shasta. Where are they? You know?
Right?
Yeah.
Well, they say that tree line, that if you go beyond that tree line,
You're lost,
mhm.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Carolyn, tell it what did you all see in there?
Yeah, tell us.
Well, it's like the back of the moon. It's like a parking area
Yeah.
and a rest area.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also where they temporarily put the humans they take into tubes, into, suspended animation
Suspended
before
animation.
they're actually taken back
Oh,
up to their home planets where they originally came from.
okay. Okay.
That's interesting.
Because there was during that UFO investigation that the government did last year in the summertime, there was one man who said he was on a mission, not there, but in another area. And he actually saw people lined up to go on to a UFO and be taken away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they have to put them in suspended animation for them to be able to, their bodies to be able to take the force of the trip.
Yep.
Oh, that's
so
interesting.
what is it about the evil force that's there? Is it some kind of a
curse?
well, yeah, or does it have to do with
Elemental.
technology, maybe? Technology? Yeah.
There's nothing evil there. It's an it's an elemental.
Okay. Because I remember one of the guys said he had a heart attack there. A few people have had heart attacks, so they've
had it anyway.
He just had it anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. Wow. So, McGrill, you must know more than you think you know.
Yeah, there you go.
That's amazing.
And triangles are infamous for disappearances and vortexes.
That's true.
We've got one over Lake Michigan.
And the Bermuda
and then there's the Bermuda Triangle and the Skinwalker Triangle. And they're everywhere. Those are just isolated ones that make it into the news the most.
Oh, okay. So you want to get above the tree line at Mount Shasta, Randy? Really? Okay. Wow. All right. The native tribe says to stay away. They say it's evil, and I know guys who went through. You're talking about Skinwalker Ranch area, Jamie? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm just following through with some of the comments here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Please do. Please do.
But yeah, that McGrill, I think that you were actually there. I mean, you were actually flying over that. So don't second guess yourself. I think you were curious and you were checking it out.
Okay. Yeah. And I had said the other day when we were talking to her that she was astral traveling. So I still believe she was astral traveling. But now she's making it a bigger sweep and going to some of these places.
Yeah.
I know.
Now you can program yourself. You say, okay, guys, let's go tonight.
Yep.
Uh-huh. So Randy, you have a picture of ships. There you go. Over Mount Shasta. Yeah. You know those lenticular clouds, they have them also over Mount Rainier, and they hide these huge ships because in these clouds. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I've seen them all around here over the lakes, and I have tons of lakes around here, not that far from Lake Huron. And once upon a time, all of the lakes that are here were part of Lake Huron. So yeah. And last summer was unbelievable, with cloud that looked just like the cloud next to it, that looked just like the cloud next to it. And of course, they're identical because they're housing and cloaking the same kind of ship behind all three of them. And they're huge. They're not little itty bitty things.
No. It'd be so cool, wouldn't it be, if they could, like Randy, if there was the ability to like share your picture so we could see it.
I know, I wish.
Yeah.
One of these days.
Yep.
One branch of my family lived a mile up from Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow is
I
right.
bet there's lots of stories.
Well, we haven't been in contact with them, but they're one of my relatives went from Vermont to Utah with Brigham Young.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, Jamie, I don't blame you. You don't want to get a flat tire by Skinwalker Ranch.
No, you don't.
Which reminds me, this is so silly, but I remember going through Arizona in the Navajo Nation, and we had a pop-up camper in the back behind our van, and they kept having signs up that said, changing tires, $5. It was like made up signs that were along the way. And we all we had laughed, and next thing you know, my tires is gone. And I said, what are they hiding out behind the bushes and shooting off arrows or something? So they must have, it was just the strangest thing, but I had to stop and change the tire. And so I used one of those people to help me out. It was amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Are the Marfa lights alien also? Do you know what they are? I don't know what they are.
I don't know what they are.
Explain more.
Yeah. Let us know what you what that means to you, McGrill.
A result of the
aircraft.
Okay.
Yeah.
As they're coming up and down.
I call them aircraft because
okay,
alien craft. They're the result of what they're putting out into the atmosphere.
Okay. Wow. All right.
That's interesting.
It is interesting. Squattier Data says she's experienced an angel visitation recently. And I've heard somebody else has as well that I was in contact with this week. That's beautiful. That's just wonderful. And some say that angels are also aliens. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Rossi. This is all I can see, honey. Was driving a VW van from the 60s and taking my brother to pick up his car, but I don't see anything before it or after it. So if you can tell me what it is, we will try to see what we can come up with. Okay. But honestly, I went back and I can't find it. Oh, they're white balls of light. okay. In Texas.
Oh, Foo Fighters. Yeah. Okay. Foo Lights.
Foo Lights? Okay.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The-
This is so true. Even the Jetsons, if you watch
Mhm.
the Jetsons, yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
She had a microwave.
yeah.
She had you know the thing they took Astro on? Remember the
Mhm.
walker thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
became reality. I can remember my dad in the 50s. Popular Mechanics were not just they were about the future of mechanics. And,
Yeah.
you know, the futuristic dream car. My brother even had a toy of that from 1957. And the darn thing really did show up
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
in the
I mean,
late 70s. Well,
it
and
was
remember the car that could go into the water?
Yeah.
That
Yep.
wasn't a sunbeam. What was?
It turns into a boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wheels would.
Wheels would
Yeah.
turn
Water
up.
would come
the way.
out.
Yeah. 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 I remember. Yeah.
I have a cool angel story.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have time. It's
Mhm.
it's really cool, and it's not very long. It's short, but I was like really sick, and this is when we lived in Minnesota, and I had taken the kids to school and came home and went to bed, and we were supposed to fly out like within a couple days to Mexico because we would go to Mexico for Christmas every year. Anyway, I was talking to my angels and going, I need some help here. I don't even know if I'm going to be well enough to get on the airplane. I just really need you to heal me. Anyway, to this day, I still remember I was laying in bed and we had a mounted TV and I had Food Network on and Paula Deen was cooking something up. So, I mean, I remember that. And I remember hearing the downstairs door close, and it closed. And then I don't really remember anything, but I felt surrounded, and I never opened my eyes, but I almost felt like I couldn't move. And shortly after that, I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I kid you not, I got out of bed and I was healed. That's my angel story. That's
There you
that.
go.
Yeah.
My two tall whites that come and fix
Yes.
me.
Yep. They fix
One
it
is
up.
Raphael. The other is Gabriel often, but also Michael and Uriel show up. The core four come around me, but Uriel and Gabriel, Raphael the most.
Yeah. Because he's the healer.
Yeah.
All right. Rossi, you posted it again. It's not showing. No.
Let me see if I can find it. I'll look on my phone.
Okay.
Aley, I can see the angel touching your forehead.
Mine or Kelly's? Kelly's?
Ellie's.
Kelly's. Oh. Wow.
The
Well, that's-
angel was,
Yeah.
she was
the-
putting energy into your body
oh.
and changing your DNA.
Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. I took Monday. I had clients on Monday, and I asked to reschedule, and I took Monday off because I just needed to like regroup.
Reboot. Yeah.
And regroup, retreat, reboot, and all of that. And it's funny because I had a talk with them before the show, Carolyn, and I said, make your presence known tonight on the show, right before we came backstage. So if that isn't the validation, so thank you for sharing that.
That's beautiful.
You're welcome.
I got goosebumps. Yeah.
Pink. She was a pink angel.
She was in. Oh, wow.
So
I don't know which angel is pink.
Ariel, I think.
Well, it was Ariel that touched your forehead and put energy in and changed your DNA so that when you woke up.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
She said she loves you very much, Kelly.
Oh,
Yes.
I love you.
She does, because you help so many folks, Kelly. You really do. You give so many people So much love. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn, for sharing that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, I'm just delivering the message.
Delivering
Yeah.
the message.
Well, I appreciate it.
That's awesome. So Rossi, I'm sorry, and you can see it, but none of us can see it. So, and I don't know why. So
Well, I found one thing, and I don't know if this is part of it. It says, I say we leave this life at zero. The positives and the negatives end at zero. Is that something to do with your dream?
that might have been what we were talking about with karma.
Oh,
Yeah.
because there's nothing else in the chat that kind of relates to that. So, okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Sorry.
happened to Wiki before too. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
happened to
Yeah,
other
it
other
does.
people, and I don't know why. I don't know why. It's really strange. But you're right. If it's not meant to be this time, then it's not meant to be this time. But thank you for trying to post it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
So this is our last one for the evening, and it's Pierrette, and she saw her adoptive mom, 15 years deceased, sitting on a bench, went to see her, and she was now with her head coming out of the ground. And so were so many others, with husband by my side going home. Wow. Her head coming out of the ground. All I can think of is headstones, because headstones come up out of the
Mhm.
ground.
Well, and ascending. Because
Ascending.
it was with my husband by my side going home.
Okay.
Her head coming out of the ground, and so were many others. Yeah, ascending. Their soul is making
This
that
is
final
part of
leap to
that
the other side.
going up. This is part of that going up
Mm-hmm.
that everyone is doing.
Like when I saw Ernesto take flight that night, that I was able to release his soul after his having died in Vietnam.
So I have read, and maybe Carolyn, you can verify this, but I have read that when we die, we don't automatically go over. We kind of hang around our loved ones for a while. Is that
Yeah, that's true.
and and it's so maybe Murray's been hanging around still with you for a while, but now your adoptive mother and the others, meaning I think Murray's people, all have come to join him to help him ascend.
Take him home.
Yeah, take him home. Yeah.
He'll be back and forth.
He'll be back
he'll
and
be
forth.
back-
Yeah.
Yeah, but they came to comfort him as he made his journey.
Mm-hmm.
I can
Yeah, it
just-
wasn't easy coming through that birthing channel. It can't be that much easier going out.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's a breathing channel into the next life, into the realm. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that is nice. And you know what? Because your adoptive mom was your mom to you, then she's his mother-in-law. She's part of who you are. So
That's right.
it's wonderful.
I keep hearing
Wow.
growth. There was a lot of growth there.
Yeah. And I was thinking, I don't know how aligned Murray was with your beliefs and what you did and so on. Sometimes we know when our spouses kind of put up with what we do, or else they're aligned with what we do, or they're a little confused by it, but they, and I'm wondering if Murray is like over on the other side going, oh, now I get it.
Well, and
Yes.
I think your adoptive mom was ready to go because now you've got an angel in him by your side coming and going to take care of you. So she was able to move on.
Wow.
Yep. He's done the work.
Wow. Yeah, because as parents, we tend to stay, even when our kids are grown, we still worry about them. We still.
My
we still
baby's
think on
40.
them. Yeah, I know. Bye, Clarence. Take care, sweetheart. Thank you.
Bye, Clarence.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
it took
they
10 years
stay
before.
at least
Yep. Go ahead, Carol.
3 days.
3 days. Yeah. Like Jesus, right?
They like to go to their own funerals.
Uh-huh.
They want to see who shows up and what's said. What?
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yeah.
So if you took 10 years before
You're
telling him all
gonna
your gifts, then he's like, and he was, he knew you by then. He knew you probably weren't crazy, but he may not have known you completely until he got to the other side. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's fabulous. Sonia just heard, love will make a bridge between your heart and mine.
Between your heart and mine.
So,
Oh my God, I was just listening to them day before yesterday, Sonia.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The Judds.
love will build the bridge. Yep.
Well, good, Pirate. I'm glad, honey. I'm glad you brought the dream in.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. It does. Anything else we need to say this evening? We're right at an hour.
Aaron Gobrallis.
Aaron Gobrallis. There you go.
Yeah.
It's that old junior high humor again.
Yep.
Who wants to grow up?
Nobody.
Not me.
No.
I'll never grow up.
It's a
never grow
trap.
up. Never grow
That's
up.
right.
Not me.
It's a
My
trap.
grandmother always said, if you never grow up, you never grow old.
There you go.
Yep.
Right? When we're little, we're wishing our birthdays away. And my dad said, don't do that, because when you're old forever.
Mhm.
That's right. That's right. Whoops. Look at that. And when she says that, she pops out.
That was my dad. Hi, Daddy.
Uh-huh.
You just got younger. You went back.
Oh, my good Lord.
My mother always called me Peter Pan.
All right. Just don't pee the pants, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you to all
Thank
of our
you.
wonderful subscribers, moderators, people in the chat. Thank you to Kelly, Diana, Peter, Carolyn, and much love to Terry. And we'll see you all next week.
Yep.
Here, sweet dreams, everybody.
Peace
Bye-bye.
out.